Hi. We're going to go over the assignment that you have upcoming because I want you to know how to access the information and what exactly it is that I'm looking for. So I've got up here the actual assignment as it shows on your assignment page. So you're going to look at Kirby Corp, which is a maritime company some of you may be familiar with, US based and publicly traded. Their ticker symbol is KEX, and it's important to know that ticker symbol because it's going to be easier for you to access and find the documents you're looking for using that than using their name. The link to where you're going is here, the EDGAR site for the SEC. And the things that I'm going to ask you to look for in the 10K, once you've navigated to the site, is I want you to look at section 1 of the 10K, which basically tells you what the company is doing and what it's all about, what their business is about. And then item 7, which is management's discussion of their current situation. So this is management's view. It's not necessarily the right view. It's just what management thinks. As an outsider, you might agree or disagree with what management thinks, but that's your prerogative. So item 1, item 7, and then item 8 is the actual financial statement section. So here you're going to see balance sheets, the balance sheet for Kirby, the income statement for Kirby, statement of changes in stockholders' equity for Kirby, the cash flow statement for Kirby, and you'll also see something called the statement of other comprehensive income. At this point, don't spend too much time looking at that. We'll get to that later. So after you finish this, we're going to talk about Kirby as part of a class discussion. But the assignment that I want you to do is to look at all of this information and then write a very short 2-page report based on what you find. I'm not expecting you to be a financial analyst here. I'm expecting you to just read, use your native intelligence, and tell me what you find. So you've got a discussion, or you've got a description of what the company does, you've got management's opinion of what's going on, and then you've got financial statements. So that's really what the assignment is. Not many points on this, 25 points or 2.5% of your total grade. I want you to get comfortable doing this sort of stuff before we get into higher grade points and put grade pressure on you. So not a lot of grade points. But an important assignment and an important assignment for this course because you really need to get to understand what's going on. So I'm going to navigate out to Google and to SEC. And since I've been here before, it's going right to sec.gov EDGAR, which is where you need to go. And I'm just going to click right there and go to EDGAR. And I'm going to type in KEX, hit return, and it takes me immediately to Kirby Corp, all company filings. And what I need to look at, not over so you can see, what I need to look at is the 10K. So we start out with a 10Q. That's a quarterly report that was filed on May 5th of 2016, so for the first quarter of the year. But we want to look at the annual report, which was filed on February 22nd of 2016. So here's the 10K. And we want to go to this documents bar here. A little later on, you'll be using some interactive data here, so remember where that is. But right now, we want to go to the documents bar. And we want to go to the 10K, which is right here, very first thing. And there it is. There's the 10K for Kirby Corporation. And these are required reports, so they're very lengthy. But if you go down a little way, you'll come to the table of contents, and it's interactive. So you can go and click and go to where you need to go. So the first place I'm asking you to go is to go to item 1, business, and that goes from page 4 to page 32, but a lot of this stuff is not particularly relevant. Gives you the names of the officers and so forth, who the employees are and how many there are and that kind of stuff. So some of it's relevant, some of it isn't, but I want you to read through that. It'll tell you a little bit about what they do and a little bit about the industry they're in. So that's the beginning, and then I'm asking you to go also to item 7, management's discussion and analysis of financial conditions and results of operations. So this is management's take on what's happened in the past year and what they expect to happen in the near future. Total, what is it, 34 to 57, 20 odd pages. Once again, some of it is important to read and some of it is charts and graphs. So that's the second thing. And then the final thing is your financial statements and supplementary data. I'm going to click on that right now. And that takes you to item 8. And if you click down here, there's the report from the independent auditors. And there's your financial statement. So here's the financial statements. Balance sheet, and it'll go down. If you go down further, you'll find the statement of income and so forth. And look at this. We've just done some of this on a basis, a really small basis of a fictitious company. But here we've got cash, we've got accounts receivable, we've got inventories, which we didn't talk about, but I think most of you probably know what inventories are. Prepaid expenses, total current assets. We know a lot of this stuff already. Property and equipment, and accumulated depreciation. Some other things, some goodwill, so total assets, liabilities, and so forth. So you've got a balance sheet for 15 and 14. If you go down here, you've got statement of earnings for 15, 14, and 13, and so forth. Take a look at that stuff, see how much of it you can understand, and write me a short paper. That's basically what I'd like you to do. Thank you very much, and good luck with this. This is due next Saturday night.